but they're not faithful. Just because they got a gift, they're not faithful. I'm anointed. They need me. Can't nobody sing like me. Can't nobody usher like me. Can't nobody preach like me. Can't nobody dance like me. They need me. But then when the cage door comes open, they run out there and make a mess of it. And if they're not destroyed by hitting the brick wall, they have to have what we call handicap assistance to bring them right back to the cage. I ain't stuck down here. A canary is one that needs to be caged. The cage offers structure, discipline, tutelage, and training. You got some people, they got a good gift. Yes, they're anointed, but they need training. They need teaching, and they need structure. Woo, preach apostle. They can sing. Wonderful canary, but they have no character and no integrity. Have you noticed that's what's going on in the body of Christ now, Sister Mel? That you got, amen, so many anointed people, but these are the ones that have no character. They can sing, they can preach, they can prophesy, but they got the nastiest attitude. Preach apostle. They can sing, but they have the worst mood swings. They'll cuss you out in the parking lot right after they jumped and shouted 2 hours in the service. Y'all ain't gonna say amen to that. They need to be caged because after church is over, they'll get in the parking lot and dog out the pastor.
Well, come on.
Look at somebody say, a canary. Well, I'm walking here.
Yes, you are.
There's another bird that's flying in the house of God that needs to get back to the nest. This bird is called a peacock. I'm almost done because it's hot and I'm ready to go. A peacock is a male having long tail feathers of rich blues, greens, and bronze feathers. It's one that will spread its feathers like a fan. They feel like because I'm needed, I can do what I want to do, because when I come back, I'm going to spread my wings and my feathers just like a fan. They feel like they're so needed that they'll be your shade in the summer and blanket in the winter. Have you ever seen some people that make you feel like you need them to survive? A peacock is a flashy bird, a sharp bird, a prideful bird. One that normally expresses themselves with things. See, when you know who you are, if you ain't got a car, you're still who God says you are. If you don't have a house, you are still who God says you are. You got some that feel like I ain't coming to church because I ain't got a new suit, I ain't got a new hat. That's what you call a peacock. They feel like they've got to show themselves. They got to be proud. Look at what I can wear. Have you seen Mad TV Stewart? Look what I can do. You got something to make you feel like, look what I can do. Look what I drive. Look what I wear. They're very prideful. Prideful. We're ready to close in a minute. Somebody say prideful. There's another bird flying in the church. I ain't studying y'all here. You see, some of y'all didn't wake up to that point. You need more than a because that won't hit you tomorrow. I ain't studying y'all here. Some of y'all so caught up in emotionalisms and theatrics. There's another bird. I intend to talk this out. When I get ready to preach, you'll know. Because when I get ready to preach, I'm going to be right over in that chair. I'm going to be done. There's another bird in the church called a pelican. Now somebody say, Apostle, this ain't in the Bible. Oh, yes, it is in the Bible. It's talking about birds. We're like birds. We've wandered from our nests. A pelican is a large water bird with webbed feet. It has a pouch that hangs from its lower bill, used for scooping fish. A pelican is one that only wants to eat but never satisfied. Pelican is a male. They don't mind the lady of the house being the breadwinner and the soul saver. Doesn't matter how it gets done as long as she gets it done. Have you seen some of these worthless men? Not only in the church but just in society. They don't care how it gets done as long as the lady gets it done. You know you got many pelicans in your life right now. You out there working a job 9 to 5 and he in the house sipping on tea and sipping on lemonade. He's got you cutting the grass while he in the house watching TV. That's good dog. Look at somebody say a pelican. Oh, well, maybe that ain't you. Well, maybe you just had the kids and now he's nowhere to be found. You got to beg up for child support. Look at somebody say a pelican. When you talk to him again, you need to say pelican. Because you've been calling him everything else, which was profanity. This time, even just call him a pelican. Woo, preach apostle. I'm going to close in about 5 minutes. I promise I'm done. There's another bird in the house of God called a crow. A crow. A crow. Oh, every one of you have seen a crow. You've heard a crow. A crow is a large black bird that's known by its harsh cry. Ah, God, can I say that like that in here? A crow is one that always makes threats. A crow aggravates, frustrates, and intimidates. Oh, you know some crows. And every crow ain't a man either. You got some crows in your life called women. All they want to do is control you. They want to manipulate, dominate, and can tell you when to stand, when to sit, when to clap, when to go, when to eat, even when to use the restroom. Everybody say, oh my God, a crow. A crow is the bird that pesters the eagle the most out of all of the birds. Every eagle in here, can I say this? Can I pause for a minute? Because everybody in here ain't an eagle. But there are a few eagles in here, Sister Gadsden. But every eagle has a crow somewhere in their ear. Somewhere. The crow destroys churches, pastors, parishioners, congregations, and always makes lots and lots of irritating and aggravating noise. Look at somebody say a crow. I'm closing here. If you give me 2 minutes, I'll be done. Look at somebody say, get back to the nest. The last bird I want to talk about here is the bird called an eagle. And I'm not going to preach about the eagle flying because I know many of you want to fly. You've been flying long enough, doing your own thing long enough. It's time you stop flying, get back to the nest, get back to your God-given purpose. Because a lot of people are flying, preaching, flying, prophesying, flying, singing, but they're not producing. They're not doing what God has commissioned them to do. And your commission is at the nest, not in the air. An eagle is a large, strong bird. It's a bird that eats all types of other birds, all types of other animals. An eagle has a sharp eyesight. An eagle is a strong, bold bird because it understands how to flow and glide in the wind effortlessly. Effortlessly. You got some people that's annoying. They can just do what they do without even working hard, without even breaking a sweat, because they are anointed. An eagle is one that is confident and always flies above the storm. Look at somebody and say, you better fly above the storm. After you fly above the storm, find your nest. I'm going to deal with this for a moment. The eagle is one that is confident, flies above the storms, dwells in rocks and mountains alone. All right. When it gets back to its nest, no one is at the nest but the eagle. All right. They master isolation. Eagles are ones that are comfortable being alone. Amen. Can I deal with this here? Amen. Now some of you may be asking, Apostle, what does this have to do with getting back to the nest? I want you to examine and determine today what type of bird and or believer you are. Once you ascertain what type of bird you are, you've got to get back to the main thing. Keeping the main thing, which is the nest. The nest is the place that a bird builds for laying eggs. It's a place that the bird goes to for shelter. Place that the bird goes back to for the creator.